Charles, how's it going?
Great. Why? What have you heard?
Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds are Hollywood's golden couple. Charming, witty, and seemingly unbothered. But what if their humor hides something a little darker? From pettiness to calculated career moves, these two don't just clap back, they go nuclear. And the recent controversies surrounding them? They're almost too wild to believe. So are Blake and Ryan just playful, or have they taken things too far? Stick around as we break down their most bizarre and shady moments. Oh, and before we dive in, do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button. Every sub helps me buy more coffee. And trust me, I need it to keep up with Hollywood's most dramatic couples. The SNL appearance that had people talking. Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively recently made waves at Saturday Night Live's 50th anniversary. But it wasn't their presence that got people talking. It was what happened behind them. Sitting right behind Ryan was Kevin Costner, who looked visibly unimpressed. And not just in a "oh, I'm tired" way. He looked disgusted. Why? Well, Ryan seemed to be making subtle jabs at Justin Baldoni, the director of It Ends With Us, a movie that's been at the center of some serious drama involving Blake. Instead of laying low, Ryan and Blake doubled down, making jokes about the controversy.
I did a film with an absolute idiot of a co-star, and this human being was being so insecure and angry because this person couldn't get the scenes out. And I think I was so vulnerable and comfortable that I got screamed at. But because this person was number one on a call sheet, there was no safety net for me. So no one had my back. And I remember the next day I walked on and I said, "You get off my set." This is the first time I've ever spoken. I remember being so scared. I said, "You can F off. I'm going to work towards a tennis ball. I never want to see you again."
And Rebecca had to go through an alternative route to stand up for herself.
And I said, "But the person can turn around and I can act to the back head."
Since Rebecca made this statement dissing an unknown but popular figure,
Costner's face said it all. He wasn't amused. And the pettiness didn't stop there. Ryan's decision to make an appearance at SNL was even more suspicious because Scarlett Johansson was there. That's right, Ryan's ex-wife, who is now married to Colin Jost, an SNL cast member. It felt like a weird power move, almost like he was daring Colin to acknowledge the drama. Ryan's Deadpool jabs, a hidden feud? Ryan Reynolds is known for his sarcastic humor, but some fans think he's been using Deadpool to take not-so-subtle shots at Justin Baldoni. There's a particular line in the movie where Deadpool says, "Careful where you put your hand, she's 90% G-spot." Fans believe this was a jab at Blake's allegations against Justin, who she claimed made inappropriate comments about her body on set. Ryan's humor is known for being sharp, but using a Hollywood blockbuster to shade someone? That's next-level pettiness. And speaking of questionable humor, let's talk about Blake's latest marketing stunt. Blake's Betty Buzz ad backlash. Blake recently dropped an ad for her alcohol brand, Betty Buzz, and it immediately raised eyebrows. In the video, a male model is treated like a lab rat while Blake says, "We don't test on animals, we test on men. Good boy, drink up."
You have an ongoing feud with Ryan.
Who?
You know that guy. What's it gonna take for him to actually be BFFs with you?
Well, I mean, in truth, there was a time in which we were.
and it appears Ryan may have done something Jake finds unforgivable because he dismissed him without giving a damn.
Any words for Ryan, seeing as the next time we talk to him, he will
nothing
be
to
seeing
say-
that?
I have nothing to say to him.
The ad was supposed to be funny, but a lot of people thought it was downright degrading. The idea of comparing men to dogs and test subjects didn't sit right with many viewers. And here's the kicker. This ad wasn't just Blake's idea. Ryan approved it too. Now, humor is subjective, but considering Blake's history of calling out sexism, this felt a little hypocritical. But her weird sense of humor doesn't stop at ads. It extends to her own family. The boob cake for her baby. Blake has always prided herself on making funny birthday cakes, but the one she made for her baby crossed a line for some people. For her son's first birthday, she made a boob-shaped cake. Yep, she thought it was hilarious, but fans were disturbed, wondering why she'd make something so inappropriate for a baby. Even Blake herself admitted, I feel like this is going to haunt him for life.
Really weird moment on Deadpool where he said, let's do one more take. And everyone was like, okay. And I was like, yeah, I'm fine. And then as the character, he was like horrifically mean to me, but to me.
Cathartic.
As if I'm Weasel. Mm-hmm. So he was like, you know what's great about you, Weasel? You're not the star, but you just, you do just enough exposition that it's funny, and then we can leave and get back to the real movie.
Which begs the question, if you already know that, why do it? And here's where things get even messier. Blake's reputation for undermining co-stars. Blake has a pattern of undermining her male co-stars, and it allegedly started with Penn Badgley on Gossip Girl. According to reports, Blake turned the cast against Penn when he was hired. Later, she dated him. Fans believe she did the exact same thing to Justin Baldoni. Before it ends with us, they weren't close. After the film, she had a problem with him. Some people believe Blake likes to establish dominance over the men she works with, first making them uncomfortable, then controlling the narrative. And when she wants something, she doesn't ask. She strategizes. Blake's movie manipulation strategy. Blake once pitched her own script to a producer, but quickly abandoned it when she realized there was a bigger opportunity. She and director Reed Morano plotted to convince producer Barbara Broccoli to hire them for the rhythm section. Blake tracked down the script, inserted herself into the project, and forced Morano to ditch her previous commitments. The result? A box office disaster. The film cost $50 million to make. It made only $2.8 million in its opening weekend. Paramount lost over $30 million. Looks like Blake's backdoor strategies don't always pay off. Ryan's subtle digs at Hugh Jackman. Ryan Reynolds has a long-standing feud with Hugh Jackman, but some people think it's more than just a joke. In Deadpool, Ryan's character says, he's usually shirtless, but he's let himself go since the divorce. The weird part? Wolverine never got divorced in the movies. This was clearly a real-life dig at Hugh Jackman, who recently split from his wife. And get this, Ryan and Blake allegedly knew about Hugh's new relationship while he was still married, but never told his wife. Hollywood friendships? Yeah, they're messy. The lawsuit and the 2-year phone record scandal.
Was meant to do another movie instead, and we instead spent the entire night talking about this script that she was obsessed with called The Rhythm Section. She wasn't hired as the director. I had never even heard of it. We both left the meeting wanting to make The Rhythm Section instead, but the problem was we weren't hired. Barbara Broccoli had no idea who either one of us were.
Why I love playing nice pool. He's just so manufactured and so nice that, by the time his head is just blown clean off of his body, you're breathing a slight sigh of relief.
Blake reportedly tried to gag Justin Baldoni's lawyer to keep details from going public. Even crazier, she allegedly demanded 2.5 years of Justin's phone records. At this point, Blake and Ryan don't just play Hollywood games, they control the whole board. But here's the big question. Why? Are they Hollywood's pettiest couple? So what do you think? Are Blake and Ryan just harmless jokesters? Or have they taken things way too far? Some say it's all in good fun. Others think they're Hollywood's pettiest couple. Either way, they know how to keep the spotlight on themselves. Drop a comment below and let me know your thoughts. And if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button and subscribe, because every sub helps me buy more coffee. And trust me, after diving into Hollywood drama this deep, I need it.